Today we're checking out 5 reasons why you might not want to move to the South Bay of Los Angeles. What's up, everybody? I am CheyneInman, a local real estate agent here in Southern California, specifically working with people looking to move to the South Bay of Los Angeles. So on this channel, we cover everything outdoors and community around this area. If that's something you're interested in, be sure to subscribe and hit like so you're notified every time we have a new video. And if you are thinking of moving here, feel free to reach out. I get people calling and texting and emailing all the time, and it's never too early to start your search. All right, so today we are looking at the South Bay of Los Angeles and the community around there and why you might not want to move to this area. And so let's check out first where the area is. So basically it's this little bubble right down south of LAX and north of Long Beach. And so you're kind of in this little pocket along the coast, which can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. And today we're going to go over some of the reasons somebody might not want to move here, so that if that's not something you're interested in, you know that before coming out. All right, so the first reason, and probably the most important reason you might not want to move to the South Bay, is the price. So whether you're looking to buy or rent, it is very expensive and very competitive. And so depending on what you're looking for and where you're moving from, the price of moving here may be something that deters you. So, it could be that you have been looking and you've found what you want, but there's just so much competition on the market, you're not able to get it in the price you want. Or it could be that it's just too expensive an area for you to comprehend what you're getting for that. And I think that's really where the price idea comes in, is not so much can you afford it, but is it something you want for that price? So could you go to Texas and get a $500,000 home for the same home that you're getting for $1.5 million in South Bay of Los Angeles? So really it's just a matter of, kind of understanding what you're getting and what you want in this area and if it makes sense to you. For instance, if you're looking for a 1-bedroom condo and it's $500,000 and you think, well, there's no way I'm paying $500,000 for a 1-bedroom condo, then plus the HOAs, then it's more just a matter of grasping, is that the only option for me in this area, or can I move to other areas? So it's just kind of a matter of, what do I really need and do I really want to be here, and what makes sense in that price range for my style of living. And the second con of living in the South Bay, which could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on where you're coming from, is the weather. You really don't get a change of seasons here. So if you're somebody that likes to see the leaves change in the fall, and you like to have a real hot, warm day in the summer time, and you like to have cold weather clothes that you're putting on in the winter, you're not going to get that. You're going to get the traditional Southern California, 75 and sunny all day long here. And so you're going to have random warm days. Like in January, you might have a day that it's 85 degrees and people go to the beach. And then you also have what they call here is June gloom. So you've got, June when it should be nice and warm and sunny, and you've got these kind of overcast, cloudy kind of days where it's kind of warm, but kind of not, and you're not really sure if it's summer or, spring or fall, and it just doesn't really quite make sense. And then as you get a little later into summer, you get some warmer days. But honestly, like I said, you get these random days throughout the year where it's nice and warm, and so it kind of skews your idea of when summer is, because it's kind of an endless summer living in Southern California in general, and you're not really getting to see those changes of seasons. So if that's something that is a priority for you, is to have the feeling of fall, the feeling of winter, and the feeling of summer, you're really not going to get that. But if you're somebody that's trying to escape the cold snow days on the East Coast, then the South Bay could be a great spot for you. And the next con of moving to South Bay of Los Angeles is just the style of homes. And what I mean by that is you're not getting a lot of these housing tracts where it's a traditional neighborhood. You're getting a lot more of a tiny cottage next to a huge mansion. And so depending on what you're looking for and depending on what your price range is, you may not be able to find the style of home you want for the price range you want. So if you're really trying to get a single family residence home with a backyard and a big square footage on the interior, it may be an older floor plan. It may be an older home that needs upgrades to match your budget. Or if you have a really large budget, you can build the mansion of your dreams. So you've got these older homes that have smaller floor plans, and then you've got condos and townhomes. And then another thing about the South Bay is the prices of townhomes could be in line with what you would expect to have as just a single family residence. And so I think a lot of people have a tough time wrapping their head around buying a townhome for the same price as a single family residence in other areas and still not feeling like they have that big backyard area, but they're getting a little bit more square footage on the interior. So it's just kind of a matter of what your priorities are and figuring out what fits into your style and if that style of home exists here. All right, and number 4 reason for not moving to the South Bay or Los Angeles in general, it's just the traffic. The traffic here is everything that everyone says it is. You're commuting to get onto the freeway, and then you're commuting on the freeway, and it could be all hours of the day. It could be 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you're on the 405 in bumper-to-bumper traffic for no reason. So there's really no way of predicting the traffic times. Obviously, there's going to be some times that are worse than others when people are getting to work, but you're also going to find sometimes in the middle of the day on a weekday when it just makes no sense to be in bumper-to-bumper traffic. So now that more and more people are working from home, that may not be a big issue for you, and it actually opens up a lot more kind of farther out places like Palos Verdes, where you're kind of along the coast and maybe it's a little bit more of a drive to get there. But if you're not having to commute for work, that could be a great option, and you're getting a little bit more land with a great view. And the last reason that you may not want to move to the South Bay of Los Angeles or just Southern California in general, it's kind of a strange one, and it's the water. So, the water here is out of the tap. You're just probably not going to want to drink it. I drink water out of the tap, but honestly, I feel like I'm probably one of the only people who do. So a lot of people are buying bottled water, or, that maybe they have a filter system in their fridge. But yeah, it's kind of a strange one, but I feel like Southern California water is just a different taste than the rest of the world. So I grew up in Northern California and didn't really think much of the water, but I've heard people rave about how great the water is in Oregon and Colorado, and where you're up more in the mountains and you're getting more of a pure water. And I do think that there's definitely a difference when you move down here. It's definitely a different taste of water. So something to keep in mind with moving here. And as I mentioned, if you are looking to move to Southern California, feel free to reach out, and love to help you get started.